Today we are talking about 5 things I like and 5 things I do not like about Black Ops 6 Zombies. Keep in mind the game is not out yet, so these opinions are based on my first initial reaction to the gameplay and the trailers. The first thing I like is obviously Gobblegums. Gobblegums coming back are a big deal in Zombies. Gobblegums add so much replayability, so much value to the game, and also, if I'm correct, I could be wrong, but I believe that there is no real way to buy them with microtransactions. So in my opinion, that is nothing but a win. I think that they have so much opportunity with Gobblegums. They can add some goofy stuff with the whimsical Gobblegums. They can add game-altering Gobblegums, such as Wonder Bar, the new Gobblegum that gives you a wonder weapon guaranteed from the mystery box. Gobblegums are completely going to change the game. I think that is a great feature. The fact you can hold 3 is really cool in my opinion. I see that as nothing but a win. The first thing I dislike is the manglers. Now, I don't dislike the fact that you can turn into a mangler. I think that is really, really cool. What I do dislike is that how manglers are guaranteed confirmed to be in Terminus and Liberty Falls. So it kind of feels like they're just going to put all the same bosses in all the maps, which kind of is a sad thing to me because in classic zombies, not even necessarily classic zombies, just in older zombie games, there were certain enemies that were only on certain maps. It feels like they're going to just reuse manglers again and again and again, and as far as I know, everybody hates manglers. Manglers are so overused, it's ridiculous. They're adding some cool new things with them, so we'll have to see how this plays out and see if they're in every map. The second thing I like about Black Ops 6 is that they are making the Easter eggs difficult again. They said it themselves. They are trying to bring back the challenge and the Easter eggs. If you guys have done the Black Ops Cold War Easter eggs, you know those are painfully easy. I mean, it's a breeze compared to old games. It's the simplest steps. You basically get your hand held through it all the way. They need to bring back the difficulty in Easter eggs, and it seems like they are actually going to do that, and that makes me very excited. The second thing that I dislike, I gotta be honest, is the HUD. The HUD that they showed, if it was not customizable and that was actually just the HUD you had, this would be by far the worst HUD ever in Zombies. Now, I know that the game is unfinished, and this could potentially not even be the HUD that is in the game when it releases. However, this HUD that they showed is the worst thing I've ever seen in my whole life. They just made a bad decision with this screenshot. For some reason, they brought up the emote wheel. They got the Black Ops 6 logo in the corner. It looks so cluttered. It looks so clumsy. It looks like they put zero effort into it, zero thought. I have seen people remake it in like 5 seconds, and it's 100 times better. There is customizable options for it. You know, we're gonna have presets, gonna be able to turn off the minimap, turn off the damage, the health bars. One thing I don't know if we can turn off, which is concerning to me, the kill feed. Now in Cold War, if you've played it, you know that when you kill a zombie, it says zombie killed plus 15 or plus 30 or plus 100 or whatever it says, right? That is confirmed to be back. Now the question is, can we turn that off? That was one of my least favorite parts about Cold War. There's no need for that, and it's the same goes for the medal system. Are medals coming back? I believe they are, and if they are coming back, can we turn them off? That's the most important thing to me. If we can, then that's totally fine, but I guess we'll have to wait and see for this one. The third thing I like about Black Ops 6 Zombies, they are removing the menu for the Pack-a-Punch. That is absolutely incredible. There is no need for the menu. It never made any sense. It was just totally irrelevant. It made no sense. Think about it. You have to pull up a menu for the Pack-a-Punch, okay? But I can't skip Pack-a-Punch Tier 1 and go straight to Tier 2. I have to get Pack-a-Punch 1, and then I have to get Pack-a-Punch 2, and then Pack-a-Punch 3. So why pull up a menu? I would almost understand it if, let's say I had 50,000 points, and I didn't want to Pack-a-Punch 3 times, and I could just pay for Pack-a-Punch 3, right? And then that would make sense. But you can't do that. You have to go through all 3 tiers. So what's the point of the menu? That made no sense at all. That is totally ignorant. I don't understand why that was ever in the game. I am so happy that they're removing it. That has killed me multiple times. It has killed multiple of my friends in games where you're trying to Pack-a-Punch and the menu won't go down. That was very irritating. I'm glad that they're removing it. I am a little concerned that there is still going to be menus, and that's basically confirmed and guaranteed there's going to be a couple menus. Now, that's not the end of the world, but I would like to say the least amount of menus, the best. The third thing I dislike is ammo crates. Now, ammo crates are back. You can see them multiple times in the gameplay that we have been shown. And the reason I dislike ammo crates is because, in my opinion, it totally devalues max ammos. In classic Zombies, if you ran out of ammo for your gun, you have so much pressure on you, so much stress. But in Cold War and in Black Ops 6, at least seemingly, if you run out of ammo, you can just spend 5,000 points and you got full ammo again. I was never a big fan of the ammo crates. I feel it adds an extra layer of easiness to the game, which I'm not saying the game can't be easy, but the game can't be so easy that it becomes boring. I don't like ammo crates. There is a way, in my opinion, that they can do them right. If they make very few ammo crates and they put them very spread apart and hard to get areas on the map, that would actually be good, because then there's some kind of risk to trying to get it. You know, for example, you run out of ammo, you have to run across the whole map into this little tiny confined area just to get ammo again. That could be good. I feel like that adds a challenge, that adds another gameplay element, and I think that's the way they should do it. Is that how they're going to do it? We don't know. The fourth thing I like about Black Ops 6 is that they are bringing back the character and personality of maps. Probably my biggest problem with Cold War is that the maps had no personality, no character. They just felt like boring boring facility maps. They were just boring. It's just not interesting, right? We don't have a playable cast, so you're just operators that have just lifeless quotes. I can already tell you that that problem is fixed, at least for the first map. This map has so much character, it has so much personality. You can just see that they actually have put a lot of hard work into it. It has so many different landscapes where you go from one second you're on the beach, to the next second you're in this green cave, to where then the next second you're on a crashed ship, then you're in a facility in the middle, then you're in a prison. It just has so much variety. Also, they're adding this thing to where as you walk through the map and open doors, you will see zombies eating guards and things like that are random events that change every game. That is incredible to me. That adds so much personality, so much character. That's what zombies is supposed to be. Think about the old maps. Think about how much personality the maps have. That might not make a lot of sense for people, but they're just they have so much character. They just feel like they're living world, and you can tell that is coming back with Black Ops 6 Zombies. The fourth thing that I dislike about Black Ops 6 Zombies is that the Cold War point system is returning. Now, if you do not know what the Cold War point system is, essentially, you only get points for killing zombies. You don't get points just for shooting them. The way the old point system worked is that if you shoot a zombie, you get 10 points per shot. Then once a zombie is killed, I believe you get 70 points, and if you get a headshot, you get 100. I feel like they nailed the point system their first try. I feel like that's a great point system. It makes sense. The more you hit the zombie, the more points you get. It just seems like a totally perfect point system. Then Black Ops 4 came around. They started to mess with it, started to change it. It was worse in Black Ops 4, but it was not awful. And then I feel like they totally messed it up in Black Ops Cold War. They've just completely ruined the way the points work. It's per kill. That totally devalues weapons that don't deal much damage, such as pistols and SMGs. Think about it. If you only get points for getting kills, then you immediately need the best weapon to get the most amount of points. There's no progressing up to the best weapon. With the old point system, the bad guns were actually useful at some points. You could get an SMG that did almost no damage, but you could point farm with it. You would use all the ammo until you have, 10, 12,000 points. Then you can go and get a good gun, a better gun that actually will kill the zombies. Now you just spawn in with the best weapon and you just take your loadout, which, by the way, I don't like loadouts. That's not on the list, but I figured I'd mention that. Not a big fan of loadouts. That should not be a thing. If you want me to make a whole video on that, I will. Comment down below. You just spawn in with the best weapon, and then all you can go for is the wonder weapon then. In my opinion, that's a bad way to go about things. It feels like you lack progression, but I digress. The fifth thing I like about Black Ops 6 Zombies, and the final thing I like for this list, is the return of traps. Now, if my memory serves me correct, in Black Ops Cold War, there was no traps like in classic zombies. For example, Kino der Toten, you have the fire trap, you have the electric traps that you can trigger on. In Black Ops Cold War, there was no traps, but as you can see, there's at least 2 traps in Black Ops 6. You have the tentacle trap, which is some kind of tentacle monster in a vent that you can pay 1,000 points for to electrocute the monster, and it will pick zombies up and grab them and kill them. But it can also pick you up, so there's a little risk and reward. If you just blindly run through it, it'll pick you up and it will kill you unless you knife it or shoot it. There's also a cannon trap where this big weapon shoots off 2 cannons that spawn a black hole at the base because it has so much power, and the black hole sucks up the zombies. Traps add a lot to maps in my opinion. They give the map, like I was speaking about earlier, more personality, more character, because traps are unique to certain maps, and I think adding traps back into zombies is nothing but a positive. And the fifth and final thing I dislike about Black Ops 6 for this video is that Black Ops 6 does not have a perk limit. Now, this is not the end of the world in my opinion. This is not the biggest complaint I have, but when you have no perk limit, I feel like that throws off the balance in zombies, because there is certain maps in classic zombies where you could get all perks, but the way you got all perks, you had to do a little side Easter egg or an extra quest that was challenging, but it had a great reward. It's very difficult, but the reward was amazing. So for example, Origins is probably the most popular example of this, where you can essentially, once you get the golden shovel in Origins, you can get zombie bloods, and you find the red dig sites and zombie bloods, and that gives you another perk slot. That is a great way to introduce no perk limit. You have to work for it. It's a great reward, but it's also a great challenge, so it adds that aspect, and I feel like they should have done something like that in this game, where you can do some kind of challenge that gives you an extra perk slot, or even gives you all perk slots. But yeah, that's all I have to say for this video. If you guys want to see me make another video like this, leave a comment below, and if you guys want to see my live reaction to the Black Ops 6 Zombies gameplay trailer, you can click on this video right here. Thank you guys for watching.